So this is a 1934 Alvis Speed 20. It's from the second series of production, which had both independent front suspension, a strengthened chassis, and amazingly for a car that was so early, it has a synchromesh gearbox. This was a very exclusive, high-performance car in its day, and even the first model in 1932 could achieve 90 miles an hour. One of the main distributors for this model was Charles Follett, and Charles Follett in London thought this car would look amazing with Vanden Plas low, many of them open bodies, and he chose the two coach builders, Charlesworth and Vanden Plas, to produce these cars. This particular one is a Charlesworth. Now this Alvis has a particularly low, rakish look for the 1930s. It's what Alvis really were famous for, and the Speed 20, the Speed 25 and the 4.3 litre are all legendary Alvises from this particular era. It's very low, has the large headlamps and lots of chrome on the front. It's a very imposing looking car, but one of the features that I particularly like about it is the sort of very long bonnet. It's clearly a car that has a multi-cylinder engine. In this case it's a 6-cylinder, but a very long bonnet with those beautiful headlamps ahead of you. And it's very low. As you see, Charlesworth had produced this design which is quite stubby at the back but has a very long flowing bonnet. And like many of the cars of the era, it also has a full sliding head, a full sliding sunroof. So it's bright and airy inside when you have the better weather. It's proved itself to be very reliable, and because of how it was made and the high quality of engineering that went into it, a high performance car of the 1930s, it is perfectly capable of long distance touring today. As well as it being a beautiful example of this particular model, one of the extremely unusual things about it is the history. A very low mileage, and the mileage is 43,000 miles, which is believed to be correct from new. We've got a fantastic history for this car. It was originally registered in Liverpool, and you'll notice that it has the LV registration number, which it had on first registration in March of 1934. Condition-wise, it's a very, very original machine, and although it's had a body-off restoration, it was very sympathetically done to retain as much of the original features of the car as we could. Well done for allowing me to finish the sentence there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, what a lovely job I have. Off out for another adventure. This time in a 89-year-old quality car. Alvis, an amazing company, started in 1919, and it's absolutely accurate to say that Alvis was a pioneering company in the early days of the motor industry in the UK. Alvis was synonymous with quality and innovation. This particular model, the Alvis Speed 20, was introduced in 1932. It had a 2,511cc 6-cylinder engine. And 2 years later, the year that this car was built, the SB model was built with a stronger chassis and with independent front suspension. So here you have a car that's in its 90th year that has a synchromesh gearbox, independent front suspension, and that in its day was capable of 90 miles an hour. This was a car of quality, and it was a car built for speed. Now Alvis were a high quality manufacturer, and they were very concerned with reliability. So like one or two other high-end makes, Rolls-Royce would be an example, Alvis would have two systems of ignition. On the Rolls you may have two coils, but with an Alvis you had both coil ignition and magneto ignition. An Alvis has a switch on the dash, an Alvis of this era, which says start, off run. When you turn it into the start position, you're using the Magneto, and the Magneto generates a spark for ignition without the use of a battery. Once the car's running, and I'll actually do it now to just demonstrate it, the switch can be flicked across to run. You might have heard that momentary hesitation. We're now running on coil ignition. When we last owned this car, I took it to the Alvis International, which was at Elvington near York, and I went in this particular car with 4 friends, well, the 4 of us in the car. I went to a dinner, the Alvis dinner, and I thought, what better a car to take than an Alvis Speed 20? That night was a torrential rainstorm. Driving down the A64, down Whitwell Hill, heading for York, making good speed. Suddenly a car roared past us, going almost aquaplaning through standing water, and the car was absolutely drenched. Immediately all the water started to come through the radiator and touch the ignition. I felt the car start to falter, and everybody was looking a bit worried, and I said, don't worry, this is an Alvis. I flicked the switch and turned it from coil ignition onto Magneto, and we carried on and we made the dinner. That was an Alvis. High quality British engineering and motor car reliability at its very best.